This is assessment about N-plane, unit 113, task 3. So this task is about using a range of different planes, so you can produce something like this. Okay, so as you can see on the criteria, you've got to plane a piece of timber, flat, straight, square, and parallel to a finished size of 68 by 43 mm. So that will be the finished size, 68 by 43. What I'm going to do is give you a piece of timber which will be sawn only, and the measurement of the sawn timber that I'm going to give you will be 70 by 45, so 2 mm bigger. The first thing that you need to do is to find a suitable plane to plane the first surface. So you're going to start with that surface, plane it nice and square, very little removed, and then you're going to start your second surface here. Plane it also, making sure that it is square. So make sure you check with your square that you are plane on plane, done, face on edge, and that's done. Now that you've done the two faces, you're gonna measure 68. Using a marking edge, you can measure 68 all along on both sides, and then you reduce the width to your line, which will be 68 when it's finished. So you will have then 1, 2, and 3 sides planed up. Finally, the fourth and final side to plane will be this one. So we come back and we did say that it was 43. So again, using your marking gauge, you will make 2 lines on both sides to make sure that you reduce it to 43. And then you plane the fourth side. Finally, when you finish planing the four sides, your piece of wood should be 68 by 43. Plain, nice, and square. Once you've done this, you will have to use the rebate plane to do that rebate. Now, you set up your rebate plane to a depth of 8 mm, as you can see, a depth of 8 mm, and to a width of 15 mm. So you put your piece of wood in a vise, and using your rebate plane, slowly, making sure that you keep square, please, it's important when you use your tool, to make sure that you double check that you are nice and square all the time, and you finish that rebate. Finally, task 3 will be about doing the chamfer to the end grain. The best tool for this will be a block plane. So you put your piece of wood in a vise, you use a marking gauge to set it up to 8 mm, and then you make a couple of lines, and then using your block plane you make that chamfer without breaking the ends. Right, looking back at the criteria, what you're going to be careful is to make sure that you are within 0.5 mm across the 4 faces. So the first task, when you plane the four sides, making sure you are within 0.5 mm. Stay within the measurement which were given, 68 by 43 mm, and it must not be on the size. Anything on the size will be a fail. You are allowed 1 mm tolerance. So if you have 1 mm tolerance, 68 or 69, that's a distinction. 43 or 44, that's a distinction. 2 mm merit, 3 mm pass. The rebate must also be as indicated, 15 mm by 8 mm, but it must not be oversized. So you are allowed 0.5 mm, so 15 mm, if the rebate is 14.5, that's a distinction. If it's 15.5, I'm afraid it's a fail. So make sure you do not go oversized. And then 1 mm merit, 2 mm a pass. Finally, the chamfer using the block plane must be within 1 mm. So we will agree with being 7 or 9, and that's acceptable for a pass. No breakout, making sure that it's nice and clean. When you finish your task, all you have to do is to come to see me, and we'll mark it together, and hopefully you'll have a good grade. Thank you.